Hey, yo, what's good? It's your boy Derek Branch here, back with another Saints related content. Today, I just want to talk about the current situation with the New Orleans Saints as they attempt to you know get their season back on the right track, on the right path after firing Dennis Allen a week ago. So far, they 1-0 under interim HG Darren Rizzi, the fighting Rizzies, Riznaz, Mayor Rizmas. But anyways, man, look, I just want to talk about can this team, go on a second half run and position themselves for a playoff berth. Now, by me saying that, you probably thinking, what's wrong with me? Are you high? Have you been drinking? No, I'm not. I'm not even drinking. No. But mathematically, the Saints are still alive, man. Crazy as that sounds, the Saints are still alive, a playoff berth. Not by much, but there is a pulse. A slight pulse. But the thing is, 9-8 record like they had last year, 9-8 record will not cut it in the NFC to get into the playoffs. They got to get double-digit wins to get into the postseason. So, with that being said, the Saints are starting to get back their key players. As a matter of fact, they're getting probably the most important player on the team right now. It looks like he's a top three. In my book, he's the top three most valuable players of this team. Center Erik McCoy, he returned to practice. Today I've heard. Also, cornerback Kool-Aid McKinstry is back as well. So you get some relief in the secondary that you've been having the last 2 weeks has been a makeshift unit, especially after you traded Marshawn Lattimore to the Washington Commanders. So you bring McCoy back, and those first 2 weeks we got that small sample size of how potent this team is with Erik McCoy at center and with the offensive line, back in place. Also, Shane Lemieux's coming back. Can this team have a glimpse, bring back some remnants of what we saw in those first 2 weeks? Now, I'm not saying they'll go out there and drop 40 points on the Cleveland Browns this week. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, I'm asking is, can this team go out there? You got Erik McCoy back. Can Derek Carr, sit back there in the pocket and resemble the first half that he had last week against the Atlanta Falcons? You don't have Rashid Shaheed or Chris Olave out there to throw the football to, but last week you showed that you can get the ball to MVS, Marquez Valdes-Scantling, on a couple of occasions. You showed that you can get the ball to him. You was protected. You had time to throw. You had a good game last week. And me personally, if he can play like that for all 4 quarters, you got Erik McCoy back, you should be able to, put some stress on the defense, because you got Alvin Kamara out there. You still got Alvin Kamara. You got Juwan Johnson. You got Foster Moreau. Now you got Marquez Valdes-Scantling. Can you go out there and be productive? Can you go out there and get yourself back closer to 500? Because you play Cleveland this week, you beat them, and if you do beat them, that puts you at 4-7. You go into the bye, a much needed bye, and you should come back in better shape than what you were prior to the bye. You probably be the most healthiest you ever been. Can you go on a second half run and get yourself in the conversation for meaningful football? or it's gonna be more of what we saw last week, not last week, but weeks prior to the dismissal of Dennis Allen. Because right now, and I agree with when people say this, the Saints, they're kind of going through that interim buzz. When a team fires a head coach, you get that interim guy comes in, have different different philosophy, comes in with some energy, got something to prove, have whole different coaching strategy. The team seems to vibe off of that stuff, and they play better for like 1 or 2 games. Can you continue that after the bye week? Because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be still on you. That vibe is still gonna be on you this Sunday when you play the Cleveland Browns, and I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some extra motivation to ruin the homecoming of Jameis Winston. So you got that in the play, and you got the new interim head coach Darren Rizzi doing what he does. I think the Saints are still going to be on an emotional high from based on that what I just mentioned. But the question is, can that continue after the bye week? Can it continue? Because after the bye week, you got 3 home games, right? You got the Cleveland game, you got the Falcons game, you won that one. You got the game with the Cleveland Browns this week, that's the second game. But after the bye week, you play against the Los Angeles Rams. You played against the Los Angeles Rams with a shot to go 5-7. You go 5-7, that puts you 2 games back from being at 500. Now I watched the game, against the Miami Dolphins. The Rams look beatable. The Rams look very beatable. But then in that same token, I know right now the Saints don't have the Dolphins personnel per se right now, especially against the run. That is, on the paper, that is a bad matchup for the Saints, playing against the Rams with Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, the running back that they have out there. Saints struggle against stopping the run. That didn't change yet. But that's a tough matchup for the Saints. But you at home, you coming off a bye, you should be well rested. It can go either way, in my opinion. And to me, it's just playing out like last year, where I think you came off the bye, won a game or 2, and then you had to play against the Rams and Los Angeles, and that game pretty much put you in the playoff conversation or put you out of it. And last year against the Rams, you went up there on a Thursday night, got beaten. That pretty much eliminated you from postseason contention, because after that, you were still alive. The Saints were still alive, but it wasn't no longer in their control. So this game is coming a little earlier compared to last season, but this time it's in the dome. And it looks like it's the same scenarios playing out again, where you play a Rams team that could possibly put you out of the playoffs and help their cause out and get them back into playoff conversation. Because they got stuff, they're fighting for their playoff hopes as well, because they're trying to fight to get back into the NFC West division, and they're also trying to get into the wild card berth. So there's a lot could be at stake in that game after week after next. So we'll see how it all play out. But Saints get Eric McCoy back. You get Kool-Aid McKinstry back. Shane Lemieux comes back. Pete Warner hopefully is not that banged up. I heard today from the reports that he was at practice today, so that's a good sign. So we'll see how it all play out. But the Saints face the Cleveland Browns this week, 12 o'clock kickoff at the Caesars Superdome. So we'll see how it all play out. I'll have the game preview, score prediction, scouting report article coming up soon. But we'll see how it all play out. Also, I'm announced this in the commercial, the community tab as well, the community page as well, the channel, is that all the Saints content will be moved to a new website called Football View SportsView360.com, which will be an extension of the SportsView 360 network. It is a separate vertical that focuses only on football-related topics such as college football, the NFL, and that's about it. The Saints will be one of the featured teams on that site, and this channel will be reflagged from SportsView 360 Saints to Football View 360 Saints, coming real soon. So be on the lookout for that. That's all I have for y'all for right now. Have a blessed day. Peace. I'm out.